faites exactement le parcours que vous souhaitez. Et je le connais, votre parcours, hein, c'est-à-dire quand tu as des fêtes, je sais pas quoi, avant le petit pont où il y a le début de l'eau. Hein, voilà. D'accord, alors.
Merci.
T'as belle photo.
Ouais, mais je demandais à 170. Ah ouais, il a dit que ça vient fait loin.
Ouais, c'est des clones. C'est des clones.
C'est pas de bol.
Nous, au moins, t'en fabriques des comme ça, mieux pour les
Là, en attendant, j'ai
vraiment, ça, c'est un aspirateur à
Jackie,
condensé.
c'est malin, il est maintenant, il faut, là, on a vu.
C'est de la chasse, je comprends.
Bonjour, salut.
Ça va?
Oh, Eden!
Yeah.
Donc, Intersport, prenez une longueur d'avance. Une longueur d'avance avec Azevedo, Ekimov, Ilkapi, Martinez, Deval, Tadernos, Popovic, Rubiera et Savoldelli. Merci d'applaudir l'équipe Discovery Channel.
C'est mal plan, on peut le dire.
Natürlich auch Michel natürlich, dass wir gewinnen, die Deutschen, der Rede denkt auch, aber vielleicht wird es ja ein spannendes Ergebnis.
71 hin, andere lachen am Gesicht, dann auch mal der Covid überholt. Als de équipe Discovery Channel, die also die beste Topklassement, alle Tombonen, die ganze Duitse-Supporter die hier sind, die natürlich ganz flott encouragieren und applaudieren. Und ich bin selbstverständlich ja damit. Den größten Applaus, den man natürlich als Lützburger Profien, die im Moment führen. Tour de France, die größten Etappenkurse der Welt, ich meine, mir ging der Werk, der runde Rimmers, das wirklich. Straße, Dummer verlässt den Tour de Luxembourg, den Tour de France selbstverständlich natürlich, verlässt den Esch, vollkommen acclamé par tous les spectateurs. Als letzter passiert den Frank Schleck von der CSC an den anderen, der Meyer John, der Rüschaft, den sieht also der Luftpriest, der Champion von Schweden. Voilà, an da könnt als allerlechten dann an kommen nach anderen. Am 187 gesehen wir den Fabio Sacchi nach Leicht wurden, aber 172 der Walter Benito, 191.
Back overlapped my wheel and the bike went sideways and I was going down, so I jumped into the ditch. The problem was the ditch was about that much lower than the road. So it was a bit of a fall.
One more time and we'll roll here. Brian, you ready when you are?
Just maintain like 12 inches between.
Okay. Some tendency to scream to the mic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Jason Sumner with Velo News TV. We're back here with Chris Horner for the latest. One more time. Hi, I'm Jason Sumner with Velo News TV. We're back with Chris Horner for the Stage 3 Diary. Chris, first of all, a little trouble yesterday.
I think I had trouble all day yesterday. Started off, first couple days have been pretty much as easy as tour stages I think you could ask for, but yesterday just turned into a disaster for me. Everyone stopped to relieve themselves, and we were all getting back on. There's kind of cars everywhere, people were going all different directions, and had a rider on my left, a rider on my right, and one of the Discovery riders was on the right, and he was, I'm sure, dodging someone else, no fault of his own, no fault of mine, but he came back and clipped my front wheel. Then I ended up falling into the ditch, was about 3 feet lower than the road too, hit my head there, and broke the bike, rolled over in the ground, cut my knee, got back up, switched bikes, chased back on, get back on. Unfortunately, stopped about 70K to go before the finish to relieve myself again, which normally is not a problem, but I was random for control after the race. So when you pee on a stage like that and then you're random for afterwards, I ended up spending 2 hours in drug control trying to pee in a cup. It took me 4 times before I finally got enough to get the results, and so that wasted 2 hours there and did nothing except for put a bunch of fluids in me that you don't need that much at that quickly. So then after that, I'm playing catch up back at the hotel, and about 2 hours less sleep, 2 hours less recovery, and an upset stomach all night.
It's not a very good day. Did you get any chance to celebrate? Your team did get a win yesterday.
I walked in at the dinner table just as we were corking the champagne. We popped the cork, sipped a little bit. Everyone left. I finished my dinner and then took off and saw the specialist to work on the hamstrings a little bit because they're all sore now too.
Yeah, let's talk about the body. I mean, you've got bandages on both legs. Said your hamstrings are sore. What's the status?
Yeah, this one here is just a tight muscle right here, so the bandage is just helping to support that and try to relieve some of the tension off that. The other 2 bandages are just cuts. Got a couple flaps of skin missing on the knee from the crash, and then just basically bruises all over. I actually crashed in Dauphiné 4 weeks ago, crashed in training in between Dauphiné and here, and now crashed here. So I got 3 crashes in about a month. So I don't know if it's lucky that I'm still here and haven't broken anything, or if it's bad luck to have crashed 3 times in a month. But either way, it's not helping the form any.
Okay. Let's talk about today. Today is definitely probably the most difficult stage thus far of the tour. Just what do you see happening out there?
Could be anything on a stage. It really depends on what the teams want to do. When we get into Stavelot, if they decide to really start ramping it up on that climb from Stavelot to the finish, we're going to finish with 40, 50 guys or something, maybe less. There's a bit of a dangerous section when we go across a bridge right before the last climb, the Kahlberg. I think it's about 6K before that, where you're only getting 2 guys wide in there. So we're going to come in there full gas, and if whoever's stuck in the back might end up having to just clip out, and that'll be where they miss the split if they're still on, even at that point. But really depends on the cyclist. They're going to make the race. If someone just sets some easy tempo all day long, we'll finish with a hard hit going up the last climb, the Kahlberg, and then come into a sprint. If they start from Stavelot, though, it's going to look just like one of the Liège or Amstel Gold days.
Okay. Your role remains the same. It's kind of chase down things if the big group goes away. Otherwise, just protect Cadel.
Today, a little bit different. Yesterday was to go with the early stuff. Today is going to be, the finish is going to be hard. So unless it's really big an early move, then I won't be wasting anything with early moves because I'm going to need everything for the finish.
Okay, fair enough. Chris, thanks very much.
Thanks.
Stay tuned for more from the Tour de France.
Hey, how you doing?
The speed in its Tour de France, everybody wants to do well. It's a really hard race, and it's really hard to get your full team up there to support you. I mean, for instance, Robbie only had me left at the end. Bona had nobody. Ushok had nobody. So, I think Lampre and Milram had the best teamwork at the end, but you just never know. It's a hard Tour de France. Thank you.
Combined Australia, America. Here, come on in, Brian. Can we share? Just come this way, just have a step, and you can come in.
Okay. Freddie, Robbie was full of praise for you yesterday. Tell me about your role.
Well, my role, it varies depending on the situation. And yesterday's situation was that Robbie and I had to man for ourselves in the last 5 kilometers. So basically, I took him from the top of the climb, but we're still a bit further back from the sprint. So we had to move up as fast as we could to the first 10 positions, and then play smart. And my job, normally I would lead him out and take him to the line, but I'd done so much work. My goal was to put him off on the right wheel, put him off basically on Zabel or somebody else that would probably go early in the sprint.
So what actually happened that last 2 kilometers? What actually happened?
About a 2K to go, we were already in a good position where I felt like I could move up when I needed to into an important role. And we hit the last corner, 1K to go. I made final acceleration to find a good spot for Robbie, and I dropped him off around 600 meters to go. onto Zabel's wheel, and he drifted back behind O'Grady, and he felt happy behind O'Grady. He knew that O'Grady would probably go early too, and it played off perfect for him.
Tell me the feeling you got when you saw Robbie won.
It was it's gratifying because you did a lot of hard work and you sacrificed yourself 110%, and it paid off.
One more, Fred. Just any chance to celebrate last night? I know there's a long ways to go in this thing, but you got to probably relish nights like last night.
Yeah, I mean when you have a win like that, especially for me, I did a lot of work in the finale. I really wasn't feeling too good over the hills, and I gave it an extra push over the top of the last little hill to get to the front, not knowing if I was going to be able to help out. And when I saw Robbie, I got that extra energy, and we just we worked our way up to the front, and I dropped him off exactly where he felt comfortable, and it played off perfect.
How about at dinner last night? Maybe a little champagne or?
Oh yeah, every time when you have a win, you pull out a couple bottles of champagne, and the whole team celebrates. Staff, riders, entourage.
How about Chris Horner? How's he doing? I know he had kind of a rough go yesterday.
Yeah, Chris is a little bummed. He's feeling really good. And, he instead of having a couple of days where he thought it would be easy for him, he's been having to deal with just crashing and soreness. So, but he's still really strong right now. He's bummed out he couldn't be a little fresher.
Hi, I'm Jason Sumner with Velo News TV. I'm here with Jean-Marc, the head mechanic for the Quick Step Energetic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Jason Sumner with Velo News TV. We're here today with Jean-Marc, head mechanic for the Quick Step Energetic team, and maybe more importantly, the bike of Tom Boonen. Jean-Marc, let us ask you, this is quite a ride. It's going to take us through some of the highlights here.
Yes, for the Tour de France, time makes a special bike for Tom. If you like you see, it's a limited edition. So they just built 300 frames of this one. You can sell it in the shop, but for him there are some special things like his saddle is special, and he is in the color from the world champion, and he used also the special 177.5 cranks. No, not in carbon, because he is a little bit strong, and he don't likes to choose the lightest things, but the stable things.
Okay. What is the frame material?
The frame material is full carbon.
Okay.
It's full carbon with also the wheels. They are full carbon.
Okay. Is Tom a finicky rider? Does he like everything just so, or can you kind of just roll him out there and he goes?
Yeah, he is an easy guy. He really trusts his mechanics. The first time he ride out, and the only thing that he do himself is the choice a little bit of the position of the handlebar. But I had a book with all his measures on seat height, seat behind, the button bracket, and all those things. And on this side, he trusts on me.
Okay. How is he on a bike? Do you got to replace these things pretty often, or does he take care of them?
So it's every day we had the check from the bike, and if there is a small trouble after the race, he tell me, and so but on the end, Tom is not a guy that is changing a lot of things on his bike.
Okay. And when are we going to get our first win?
I hope today, but today it's going to be hard, but maybe tomorrow, yes.
Okay, thanks very much. Stay tuned for more from the Tour de France. Hi, we're here with John Lelang, team manager of the Phonak cycling team. John, first of all, just kind of, we're 5, 4. Hi, we're here with John Lelang, team manager of the Phonak cycling team. It's 3 days into this race. How are you feeling about things?
I think everything is going well. We try to race in the front so that we take a little bit less risk. We know it's always a little bit a crazy week, so to protect Good Floyd we have some riders, and for the moment everything went good, except yesterday we had one of our riders that grabs in the crash, but nothing serious, so for us it's until now a really good tour.
Yeah. How's Floyd handling the role of one of the favorites anyways?
I know that since the beginning of the year, in January, we announced that we are going to the Tour de France to win it, so it didn't change. And since the beginning of the year, the season, he was competing like a leader. Was it in California? Was it in Paris-Nice? Was it in Georgia? So we know that the main objective of the team is to win the Tour de France. And we don't change our plan, and we know that we are totally confident in the team. We have really an experienced team with 32 Tour de France at all, so they know what is the job and know, of course, the race is open.
So the objective right now, these first, I think, 6 days, is just to stay safe, and then the time trial, things really start unfolding from there. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's it. We don't have to lose time over the main contenders of the Tour on the GC. That's the most important. We don't have to be involved, if possible, in crashes or something like this. Sorry, and so that we can arrive on the time trial, yeah, in the best condition.
There's a lot of names being floated around as top contenders. Who are maybe the 2 other guys you're most worried about at this tour in the battle for the GC?
Well, I will not say a name, but we know that Discovery has a few names there, and they can play on different cards. Is it Incapi? Is it Popovic? Is it Salvadori? Is it Azevedo? So that's maybe one team that we have to take into view. And then we never know. Riders like Valverde is always a contender, like Menchov. I think there is 10 or 11 guys who can be there for the podium. Now it's up to us to make the difference in the time trial and also in the mountain.
Okay. Some people say there might be an asterisk next to the name of the guy who wins this tour. What do you say to that? Just obviously because of the ejections.
No, I think the tour is always the tour, and it's mostly the tour who is making the champion and not the opposite.
Okay. Wrong with the team. The only thing that went wrong yesterday was that Tosato crashed the last kilometers. Otherwise, I had one lead-out guy with me, and now I had to do it by myself. And then McEwen did a nasty maneuver in the sprint, and that's why me and Tara got a little bit locked up.
Today with the final climb to Goldberg, it's a little difficult for you, no? For try to win the race.
Oh, it's good for me. I like a climb like that, and it's on my parcours, so.
And the battle between you and Robbie McEwen and Thor Hushovd, it's one of the most exciting battles in the beginning of the tour.
I will keep going on for a while, I think, because we're all close to each other, and there's not a lot of points where we can take a lot of difference on each other, so it will be a hard tour for us.
My last question: Spain is a country that gives you good luck. It's a Spanish rider in the team. Tell me something about Spain.
About Spain?
Yeah.
I have a good relationship with Spain. I got my world champions title, and Agarate is a super guy. I like to have him in the team, and he surprised me in the beginning. He's a very, very gentle guy.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
To get started pretty fast because it's pretty hot here.
Yeah, this is not exactly a sprint stage. Do you expect to win today?
I hope so, and if everything goes okay, I'll be there. But it's hard to predict something on a finish line like that. Also, if you look yesterday with the heat and everything, there's a lot of riders who are suffering, and it has nothing to do with your condition. It's just sometimes the sun bothers you. So I hope that today I have a good day and I don't have too much problems with the heat, and then I'll be there in the final, and then we'll see.
What's your plan?
My plan is to get the first stand in the Kouberg and then hopefully do a good sprint. There's not much to plan for. It's just stay in front and hope everything goes okay.
Are you going to wear the yellow jersey through Belgium tomorrow?
If everything goes okay, yeah.
Is that the main goal?
Yeah, if I win the stage, I have the yellow jersey. It's that simple.
Pick it together.
Hi, we're here with Team CSC's Bobby Julich. Bobby, it's been an interesting first 4 or 5 days to the tour. Where's your head at right now?
The head's starting to get back in the game. We had a couple days there of disbelief and disappointment, I guess. But we have to get our A game back on, our game faces back on, and look at these next few stages as opportunities. And if the opportunities don't present itself, then just saving the energy for the time trial.
What is the new CSC game plan? I mean, you had one simple focus. You'd had that focus since at least January. All of a sudden that focus changes. It's probably have you dialed in sort of a new objective?
Not really. I mean, we're kind of got our fingers in a lot of pies right now, and we're just going to let the race kind of sort itself out. After the time trial, we'll have a little bit better of idea of what's actually going to happen and who we're actually going to ride for. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Because of our number one objective, it definitely has been difficult to kind of come up with a different game plan, because when you come into the tour with a focus and everyone's prepared to do a job, it's kind of hard, like midstream, to just change and go another direction. But CSC, we've been through difficult periods before and drama, and now we just have to refocus and do the best we can.
Have you or any of the other team members gotten a chance to talk to Ivan, and if so, could you characterize the nature of that conversation?
No, I have not spoken to Ivan personally. Obviously, everyone wants to kind of give him his space. There's a few guys on the team, especially Giovanni Lombardi, who's spoken with him. But right now, I think it's a difficult time, and you don't really know what to say. And obviously, we support him, but I think honest people have been in this situation before and lied straight to our faces as well. So you're kind of gun shy at the moment to really face the situation head on, and I just hope that he can vindicate himself 100%. I mean, obviously, I dedicated most of my season to working for him, and the team has as well. And it'll be a huge blow to me personally and to our team if something like this is proven against Ivan.
Last one, yeah, a little more leash for you. I mean, maybe to give. I imagine you were going to go after that time trial with everything you had anyways, but now even maybe a little harder.
No, actually, I wasn't. The time trials here were, basically rest days preparing to work for Ivan, and now it'll be more like a full race, and there's no use saving energy if you can be the leader. And obviously, the GC will be pretty much set, or at least for a couple days after that time trial, and you'll be able to know exactly where you stand compared to the other riders as well. So now it's limit your losses, try to stay out of the trouble and not expend too much energy, but at the same time be aggressive if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, I rode a good race. I stayed out of trouble.
You're not on.
All in all, one day down. Don't tell me how many to go.
Yeah. So you had to go coming into home?
No, I was there in position, and when I wanted to go follow Michael, I got a bit squeezed into the barriers, and I'm not here to risk it for second or third or fourth or fifth place in those finishes. So.
Valverde out, that changes
out,
things
is
again
he?
for you. Yes, he's out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anything about Freddie? Did you hear anything about him?
Yeah, he had a pretty spectacular crash, but they said he was okay and he was continuing, so hopefully all our guys are okay. Valverde, oh geez, that's excuse my language, but that's I don't know. No, I'm sorry for him. He was really going to make this race.
Thanks.
Very hot out here tonight. How many bottles do you think you drank today, and what do you do tonight to help you hydrate?
I drink just easy less salt, and we're lucky enough that our Soigneurs bought a lot of ham and serrano from Spain, so that's really awesome. So we eat a ton of that, but yeah, I drank about 8 bottles today, and it probably wasn't enough, and I needed to keep on drinking.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, ciao.
Nice job. Thanks, Kristen.
Just like our plan was for me to bring him into the position at the bottom of the climb, and I thought he was on my wheel, and I thought I had the whole peloton on my wheel, And I didn't really know until I sort of got on the climb and then looked back, and then I had a small gap, and I didn't really know what to do. It was a bit of a confusion.
Okay. Disappointing to lose the jersey?
Yeah, of course it's disappointing. Yeah, but the fight's back on tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
Did you guys really think you'd be able to hold it today?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think.
You stop for just 2 seconds.
I think Thor wasn't as good as he was yesterday. Maybe sort of one day after his injury, he probably doesn't feel it so much. And the second day, I think maybe it affected him a little bit more.
When you see him this morning and you guys talk, I mean, was he definitely hurting? Was it visible?
Yeah, he said, he had difficulty sleeping, and when you have difficulty sleeping, you're not recovering the same. So, I think maybe he's paid a little bit for it today. It was a much harder day today than yesterday, also. So.
That much more credit for the effort he's put out the last couple of days, in lieu of the circumstances. Yeah.
Yeah, people often ask me why do you do all that work for Thor? But I mean, you can see he's a courageous, honest character, and I couldn't ask for anyone better to work for, and I know that tomorrow when we go out again, he's not going to give up. The fight's going to be on again.
I don't know.
I heard he was taken to the hospital. Is that?
Yeah, he's in the hospital in Belgium in Verviers, maybe with a possible collarbone broken and his wrist, but we don't know for sure.
Okay. Did you see what happened in the crash?
No, apparently there was a big hole in the road because Robbie told me he was just avoiding it, and Fred went into it.
Yeah.
How about also did Decker, I think.
Okay. How about Horner? I saw him come across dirty again, second day in a row.
Maybe his pink is broken, so it's a very sad day for us after the lucky day yesterday.
What do you attribute a day like today to? It's just bad luck?
Well, it's bad luck, and also a little bit, I think the roads were too dangerous today for the Tour de France.
Okay. That's Mark Sargent, thanks.
Sebastian Wolf von Financial Times in Deutschland. Wie schwer war das für Sie nach den Ereignissen vor dem Prolog wieder sich auf den Radsport zu konzentrieren und diese Motivation zu finden? Und haben Sie von Jan Ulrich was gehört in den letzten Tagen?
C'était dur de se concentrer sur
Tom, you dreamed before this tour started of wearing the yellow jersey into Belgium. You must be pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. But I'm always happy, so it doesn't change anything. But I'm proud that I'm able to wear the jersey in Belgium tomorrow.
Now, you said that you had a problem coming into the sprint today with the front tyre. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was. I think I had a small rock or something, but I didn't felt it. And then at the corners, at the last 5Ks, there was some pretty dangerous corners, and I had to go completely into the brakes, and I felt like my frame broke. So I was like, I took the corner and my front wheels ran away. I thought it was finished, but I kept trying, and it stayed on 4-3 kilos. So I was able to hit the bottom of the cowberry, and from there on I just tried to stay in the saddle and powered up the climb. But there wasn't a sprint. I just had to stay in the saddle and ride as fast as possible.
That was a really, really hard, tough stage today. A lot of riders crashing out as well. You glad you survived it okay?
Yeah, I was behind Valverde when he crashed, and it's always the problem when they do the stages on parcours like this and finals like the Amstel and in the Ardennes. It's not easy. It's a classic stage, but you're riding the Tour and you have guys trying to defend the classification, and that's why we have a lot of crashes.